And on this episode of Overspending is Not Better, we have this from Slash Film. Joker 2 cost $200 million, despite the original only costing around $60 million. It's gonna flop. It's gonna absolutely flop, and we all know it. The first Joker was a great movie. Everything was practical effects. It was a grounded, character-driven story. But now they said, you know what? The first one was so great, let's make the second one a musical. Why would you try to reinvent the wheel with the sequel? Spend $140 extra million on it to make a product that is not going to be as good as the first one. The article says this follow-up is getting a major boost of star power as Lady Gaga joins the cast as Harley Quinn. Is Lady Gaga really that popular these days? I know she was out defending Dylan Mulvaney, which never works out for anyone, so why would you hire Lady Gaga for this? Is she a great actress? I know she was pretty okay in that movie she did with Bradley Cooper, I'm pretty sure, but in fact, does she make music these days? Has she made a song that's been popular in the past 10 years? All these questions I have when I see that sentence. I don't really think Lady Gaga is that relevant today. Is she? But that star power comes at a steep cost. Yeah, $200 million budget. That's a steep cost. You made the first one with 60, that's nothing. You guys made a killing in the box office, bringing in hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. So do they think that Lady Gaga would realistically bring in more people? Again, is she really that big of a name in Hollywood and the world of music today? I know she's had some great songs in the past, but currently, is there anything coming out? According to Variety, the budget for Fleur à Deux has ballooned to about $200 million. That includes a whopping $20 million payday for Phoenix and a $12 million check for Gaga. $12 million for Lady Gaga. She's not worth that. I don't think either one of these people are worth that money at this point. Again, first movie, fantastic. Joaquin Phoenix, fantastic. Director, fantastic. Everything about it was fantastic. But when you're making Joker 2 and you're making it a musical, that's just weird. Like, imagine if the director from Dune says, yeah, the third one's gonna be a musical. Can you imagine a Dune musical being the final movie of this trilogy? Or what if James Cameron comes out and says, hey, Avatar 3, we're gonna make it a musical? Does that sound like something you want to go run to the theaters to see? Maybe out of pure curiosity, but that doesn't sound like a good idea at all, though. So, hey, Joker 1, great movie. It just seems like they didn't know what to do with Joker 2. And in fact, I think you should have just kept it as a standalone movie. Don't have it connect to anything in the Batman universe. Don't have it connect to anything in the Justice League, DCU, whatever they have going on these days. Just make a standalone movie that was great in all the possible ways, won a lot of awards, and made a ton of money, and then just have it go off into the sunset, and that's it, though. But this is mostly Hollywood greed, thinking that, oh, I now own this audience. That's what a lot of these places think, okay? They think they own us. Because they made a product that was good at one point, we're just going to run out and consume and devour everything they do going forward. And that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen at all. And Disney is realizing that each and every day when they put a new movie in the box office or a remake and a live action, and it does terribly, they're realizing very quickly that, hey, maybe we're the problem. So Joker 2 coming out with Lady Gaga just defending Dylan Mulvaney, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work at all. And so hiring Lady Gaga might actually be a detriment to your movie. I don't think it's gonna make back its budget at this point. Let alone what the theater cost and everything's gonna be in the marketing budget. I don't see this movie breaking even. The article first states that Joker 1 made $1.7 billion at the global box office and still ranks as the highest grossing rated R movie of all time. So they do that, and again, they decide, you know what our movie needs? Singing and dancing. The article says, now let's be clear. The sequel doesn't necessarily need to make $1 billion to justify the price tag. Yes, it does. Yes, it needs to make more than that. Because you would think, okay, we made $1 billion on $60 million. So now we're putting $200 million into it. We need to make about 2 billion. Don't you want to get more money, not less? That said, it now would need to make somewhere in the neighborhood of at least 600 million worldwide to break even, give or take. I think the marketing budget's going to be well over $100 million. Well past that. If The Joker 1 was a musical originally, would you have been more or less likely to see that movie in theaters? I never once thought Joaquin Phoenix was a musical talent. It almost feels like they decided to build this movie around Lady Gaga, because obviously she's a musical artist. So they said, hey, you know what we should do? We should bring in Lady Gaga, and we're going to change the entire format of our movie and make Joaquin Phoenix have to readjust to that. The article says, musicals are a hit or miss proposition. WB did great with Wonka, as the movie recently crossed the $600 million mark worldwide, but as this report points out, the studio lost big on The Color Purple. I think this is how this movie got made, okay? I think WB said, hey, we want to have Lady Gaga in here for a musical. Now, what can we make that centers around her abilities? What do we have currently that has made money that we could just turn it into a musical and have her in it? Because obviously she's going to bring in billions and billions of dollars in the box office because everyone loves her, right? So they saw, okay, we haven't done anything with Joker since it made $1 billion and won all these awards. Let's make a sequel of Joker 2, but center it around the musical aspect. That is how this movie was made, I think. So, what do you guys think about this? So, do you think Joker 2 is going to be good? Are you going to run to the theaters to see it? More importantly, the fact that it's a musical, does it make you more or less likely to go want to see this movie? Let me know what you guys think about that.